Okay, that's the end of part one. Now for part two, I'm going to give you several questions on the screen. You will have about 1 or 2 minutes to prepare your answers, and then you will have about 1 or 2 minutes to give response. I will tell you when to start and when to stop, okay?
Okay.
Alright, you may take some notes for your answer. And here is the question. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay, your 1 minute begins now.
Okay. About food and cooking, I love donuts. Donut is my favorite snack and dessert. Donuts is snack that has a hole at the middle of the bread. It is popular in many countries and is prepared in various forms as a sweet snack that can be homemade or purchased in bakeries, supermarket, or food stalls. It has many toppings that we can choose, such as sugar, chocolate, or maple glazing, and I really like the chocolate for its topping. Donut often accompanied by coffee purchased at donut shops, coffees, or fast food restaurant, and also be paired with milk. Usually, I buy donut at the Jiko store near my house. Sometimes I eat donut if I hungry and I'm in hurry. I don't know why when I'm eating donuts my mood gets better. That's all for me. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much for the explanation. So now I'm going with continue part three and ask you some more questions on some real topics. Are you ready to continue?
I'm ready.
Okay. The first question, what kinds of foreign food are popular in your country?
Okay. One of the popular foreign food in Indonesia is spaghetti. Most people call it noodles from Italy. This food is quite popular because I often find this food in every restaurant menu in my country.
Why do people like to try new food?
I think why many people like trying new kind of food, they are curious about the taste of food. Sometimes they influenced by social media and some of them are bored with the taste familiar of food so that they want to try to new food.
And why are young people's opinion about new food?
I'm not sure. Sometimes they just want to try viral food on the internet. Although they don't necessarily like that food. And honestly, sometimes I like the creativity of many new kind food creators.
And then why do people prefer their local food?
I think people more like familiar food and not sure about new kind of food that they meet. Yeah, I think so.
What factor influence people's food choices?
There are various factors that influence people's food choices, one of which is taste. Two preferences that most people like are sweetness from sugar and savory from salt. Human craving for sweetness encompasses all age, races, and cultures. Research show that genetic can influence taste perception, so we know whether it's like or dislike.
Why do some people prefer to cook at home? Why do they like it?
The reason why people prefer to cook at home is they can judge that taste by themselves and they think cooking is a way to save money. Maybe, I think so.
Okay, you may have seen nowadays that people are unwilling to cook. Why is the reason?
In my opinion, for people live in the big city don't have many time for cooking. They also too tired for cooking after a full day working.
Okay, what do you think teachers or parents are responsible for teaching kids about food?
Yes, of course, because the way it helps create the resilience and can build the potential, and also to introduction to kids with the healthy food or no.
And the last question, is it expensive to eat out in your country?
I don't think so. The price of food in my country quite affordable.
Well, that's the last question. This is the end of session. Thank you very much for your participation.
Okay, that's the end of part one. Now for part two. I'm going to give you some question, okay? You will have about 1 minute to prepare your answer, and then you will have about 1 to 2 minutes to give a response. I will tell you when to start and when to stop, okay?
Okay.
All right, now you may use the notepaper and pencil in front of you to take some notes in the 1 minute, and let's see the screen. All right, I want end to screen. Okay, Nafilah, 1 minute is up again. Please begin speaking.
Okay, the weather actually take a big part of my life. I would say it is affect my productivity. I personally like a sunny day. It usually occurs during dry season around April until the early of October. In that season, I can do many things because when it comes to sunny day, I become productive. In sunny day, I do many activities such as going to public places, hang out with my friend, or even go to swim. I feel overwhelmed by the energy, while in gloomy or rainy day, my energy is drained by the atmosphere. I just want to sleep all day long in rainy day and become less productive. I feel tired in rainy day even though I do nothing. So I prefer a sunny day because the sun gives me more energy to do my activity. That's all.
All right, excellent. So that's the end of part two. Now I'm going to continue with part three and ask you some more questions. Question on some similar topic. Are you ready to continue?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. The first question is, how does the weather influence people's life?
Well, like I said before in the previous part that weather takes big part of my life. So do people. On sunny day, people more free to do activity without worrying that rain will come. Whereas on rainy day, people have anxious that the weather will get worsen.
Okay, the second question is, how does the weather affect people's mood?
When the weather or atmosphere too hot, it makes us feel tired because the water on our body evaporates and it causes dehydrate. Because of the evaporation, our body lose some energy and makes us lose mood to do anything. Also, on rainy days, imagine when you prepare everything and then rain suddenly come, you will lose mood to do anything and you feel disappointed.
Okay, the third question is, does the weather have an impact on people's daily activities?
Yes, it does. There are some people who do their activity based on the weather, such as uh, salt farmer.
Okay, the next question is, should people check the weather forecast every day?
Yes, they should because they can prepare to bring or use their stuff such as sunscreen on bright day, or an umbrella or in rainy day.
Where can people get weather reports?
Well, actually, weather report is easy to get. You can search on Google what kind of report you need, or you can use any apps that relate to weather to get weather updates.
Next question is, what are people's opinion on the weather forecast?
People are feel benefit because they can anticipate the weather in the future.
The next question is, how can weather reports affect people's life?
Weather reports purpose to make people be ready for the change of the weather. They can prepare first before the change happen.
Why are you people interested in the weather?
Because they can do their activity in certain weather, such as in sunny day they can go to swim and or go to beach to sunbathing, while on rainy day people can do their activity such as relaxing activity that then can take any much energy.
What do you think about what do people wear in different weather?
On sunny day people wear thin or short clothes to be avoided the sweat, whereas on rainy days people wear thick clothes to keep their body warm.
The next question is, why do people need to wear warm or thick clothes when it's cold outside?
People wear warm and thick clothes is to keep their body warm and prevent to catch a cold.
Why do people wear hats on sunny days?
Because they intend to protect their hair or their face. But by using hats, the sun that will directly burn their hair or face.
How many seasons are there in your country?
There are two seasons, dry seasons and rainy seasons.
What do you think about has climate change affect your country?
Yes, it has. Uh, Especially on sunny days, the weather is really hot.
Which festival are related to the season in your country?
In my country, most people held a music festival on sunny day.
What's the weather usually like in your hometown?
My hometown quite near to the beach, so the weather usually bright, sometimes too bright until it feels really hot. The trees around the corner of the street help to reduce the exposure of the sun.
The next question is, what do people do on rainy days? What do they do on sunny days?
In rainy days, they usually do an activity that doesn't consume much energy, such as watching a movie, sleep, and etc. While on sunny days, several people choose to go to the beach. They swim, sunbathing, or playing volleyball, and other people choose to visit amusement park because amusement park is hard to visit in rainy day.
Okay, the last question is, when it's rainy outside, how can people go to work?
They can using umbrella or rainy coat to prevent wet when on the way to work.
Okay, thank you for explanation, Nafilah.
You're welcome.
See you again.